to build a business or organization that is internationally recognized, operating around the world, bringing aid organizations, like international aid organizations, as well as businesses and individuals all working together to do disaster prevention, disaster relief, as well as international aid on an everyday basis to keep families and communities as a whole. So that's my big C goal long in the distance.
So that's a good motivator.
So right now, there's a goal I've had since I was like 16 years old, kind of thing. Like it's a long time. Just have, like most people, submerged it, forgotten about it, started realizing it again. So now I'm working at trying to figure out how to start a business that way.
So do you have a business idea? One question. The second question is, what does he want the 150,000 for by September, and why September?
No, I don't have a business idea yet. That's part of the what the SNAP was business idea, branding, things like that, mentorship. The $150,000 is just to pay off debts that I've incurred from doing these types of things.
Okay.
Good.
Is there anyone else in the world doing this? Like,
Exactly the way I'm doing it, I don't think so. I've never,
so you created something different.
because it's kind of like any business, international aid organizations, they're all their own entity, and then they have their own politics, and they don't work together. If they work together.
On the ground, in the field, in the crisis, yeah, they do work together.
Yeah, they do, but. I mean,
In
like-
spite of their bosses.
Yeah, but you
people
know
on
what
the
I mean,
ground.
like, they're not, like, if Red Cross delivers food, and they can't get it through the borders, the other companies aren't gonna be like, hey, I have a shipment that's late, let me bring yours through. Kind of thing.
Okay, so let's bring our attention back down to the 150 then, because that's more immediate. What else can you do? What else, you know, your skill set is as a carpenter, and TIR, there's a potential there. What else? Do you have any other skill sets or any other,
I have all the time in the world right now,
all the time in the world? So you have no jobs lined up right now?
just small jobs with neighbors and stuff.
What do they pay a day?
What do they pay a
What's
day?
your profit a day on
I
that?
haven't
Worked it
worked
out?
it out
Okay.
for them.
Sorry, first time I thought I heard December, then I heard September.
September, yeah.
Okay, that number doubles then.
Oh.
It's $12.50 a day
Yeah.
that you need to turn if on a per day average.
So you said you had a duplex, right?
Yeah.
Is that, do you have any equity in it?
The way it was a unique creative build, 'cause I built it. So I built it through the company I was working for at a reduced price, and then I pulled out the equity in it to pay off the loan to them. So it does, but it hasn't increased hardly in value since I did that.
Okay, so what's it worth?
360.
What do you owe against it now?
75 and 112.
112?
Yeah.
That's all?
175.
175.
112
Plus
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 two,
Oh, okay.
8290?
So it's because of the second mortgage.
So there is a second mortgage on it.
Second mortgage on
Okay.
it.
So you're at 290, correct?
And it was sorry, 330 or 360?
360. So there would be a little bit of room there.
There's 70,000.
So one thing I've come across lately is 3 questions to get clarity on where somebody can make money in a real way in a short period of time. And the 3 questions are, what are the 5 industries you know very well? What are 5 skills or services you have? And what are 5 industries you like? And then looking at seeing what 1, 2, 3 kind of come up from there, and then going into those areas and going, how do we develop that? Because then you've also got the motivation, because you enjoy it as well. So how would you answer those 3 questions?
I didn't mean to take your seat away. Why don't you come back over here and I'll sit over here?
That's what
No, be in the group, be in the group.
We all hear each other.
I know, be in the group. Well, I'm not gonna share, so it's fine.
Industries I'm in, farming, carpentry, TIR now.
Yep. These are what you know well, or
I know farming and carpentry very well. I know how to travel, so I know very well.
so So that's significant there, right? So farming, travel, construction, or carpentry?
Carpentry.
Carpentry, okay.
But
Any
carpenters
woodworking,
on
really.
this side,
Yep.
all the trades.
Yeah.
So that's any woodworking.
Okay.
essentially. And I know houses, I understand houses, but.
In Alberta, do you need a license to be a home inspector?
Yeah,
Yeah, now you're good.
When you say you know houses, what do you mean?
I mean, I can walk into a house and visualize now, in the future.
So you mean like renos kind of thing?
Yeah, I understand rentals,
Okay, so that's 4, farming,
I'm a
travel,
decorator.
carpentry, houses.
Internal
You know, real estate as well.
Interior design.
well, that's what I meant, by houses.
Which-
Okay.
is
What else?
investing.
Um,
Emergency services.
yeah, I have emergency services too. And technically, I'm a jack of all trades, I dabble in a lot of different things.
So those are industries you know well. Skills specifically that you have. What are they?
I'll be a carpenter,
Okay.
specific,
You're a firefighter?
yeah.
Structural or?
Structural.
Well, fire, okay.
I've also done industrial.
Industrial, okay.
So yeah, I do have emergency services skills.
You're a man of many talents.
I also, well, yeah, farming, operation, like equipment operating.
Okay.
I can jump in any vehicle and operate.
You can do a backhoe,
Yeah.
excavator.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's high-end
and,
money.
and maintain them.
Okay.
Cranes?
Yeah, because I have to.
So you're just a mechanic as well?
No, I'm not a mechanic.
He owns his own business.
You're not a licensed mechanic.
But he's
I
a
can
farmer,
figure it
so.
out.
You can fix it.
I can figure it out.
Do you do your own carpentry work, or did you contract it out? So do you have your own business?
No, I don't have my own business in that. I've contracted myself, but.
In the travel realm, what are some skills that you have there?
Skills in the travel realm. I'm good at finding the backwoods, low budget type, what's integrated ways of living somewhere.
There we go. You can run retreats,
Like I don't do the resorts, I do the,
but you
Backcountry.
merge that with TIR, and you've got a unique
Scenario.
package.
Anything else? Like let's.
Joseph's idea of flips, value added with your emergency services, structural firefighting. Very often there's recs that are available for dimes on the dollar. Fire
you
Fire
do have to be
sites.
licensed to do that though.
takes a special license to do that?
In Alberta, as far as I understand.
So it's not just a standard building code inspection with the final product?
It depends on the damage, I think, but from my experiences, you have to
I
have a
thought-
special license to come in and remediate a house. It's the same as a drug house, you have to.
Really?
What's a
Okay.
skill that you guys have seen from Andrew over this weekend?
Back up.
Yeah.
I think we're getting some of the X side of the T here.
Yeah.
Next.
This is the special, like the special license, why can't you get one?
Well, I
Of
can't.
all people who,
No, I
in this
can't.
room.
I guess I'm not saying I can't get it, I'm just saying you need one, but yeah, I could get it.
How does that generate large chunks of cash flow?
Well, it's taking the idea of the flip to a higher level, like you can get the house a whole lot cheaper, and it also engages the original codes, so you don't have to meet modern code as well. You just have to meet the code that's specific to that, when that house was built.
It's a niche market.
So it can reduce your costs. You can put in used furnaces, used hot water tanks.
However, to get access to that license isn't gonna happen quickly and easily.
No.
Next.
Next. Right?
Can your duplex, can you add basement suites in it? Can you
No,
turn it into
it's-
4+?
It's
It's
max.
maxed out. What about on top?
Would you have access to another lot to build another one?
I do have access to lots.
How much profit will you make if you build another duplex right now? And is the market good enough that if you built a duplex, you could be able to sell it quickly?
could just build a fourplex there. But
Or would you be happy taking the equity out of that? Would that give you your 150K?
Yeah,
You built me?
That's what we're trying to
That's,
do.
yeah, so what's, what's the
Well,
problem?
without selling, I mean, assuming it can't move.
Well, whichever, yeah.
I don't want to sell it,
Is,
because
is it in an older area or newer area?
it's newer area.
So you can't do garden suites or anything like that?
No, you can't do it
Okay, so let's go back, so can you build a duplex on it?
on that lot.
Yeah?
No, that lot is not.
Here's,
But I could get another lot
Okay, that's understood. You can get another lot,
in a different location.
okay,
Yeah,
to build a duplex,
I could, yeah.
okay? And doesn't matter what it costs, it's what will you net on it. If you had the cash to do it, without financing, you had the cash to do it, what would you net on it?
If I have the cash to do it, I'd do a fourplex in probably.
Okay?
And you could facilitate that yourself? You said you worked for a builder. Could you do that yourself and put all the trades together?
Do the general, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could, I probably wouldn't. I would use my brother to do the general. Because we have the relationship.
Okay.
so how much would you walk away with at the end of the day?
But I could partner, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what would you net?
What would I net? Lot cost 70,000, the build cost would be 150,000 a unit.
So 600.
600, so 670, yeah,
Yeah, somewhere in that
Plus tax.
650 to 700 total cost range.
plus tax.
Yeah, and then, yeah, a bit of legal fees for subdividing and stuff as well.
And how much your rent's going in the area?
Rent's $1,000 a unit.
Okay, so we're not holding it, we're not renting or anything like that, we're selling this thing out. I'm just, we're looking at getting some.
To sell it out, any investors that, just because I'm basing it on a fourplex that we just built. Yeah, sale price, that one was a per half, so duplex was a 350 sale point.
So the net was 350 or no?
No, so then.
So I just need a net number.
Net number here.
What was your cost to build it?
So just to keep it simple, just, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so it's almost a break even.
Yep.
Break even. Okay,
So
so
that's
that's not gonna work.
Not really gonna work.
Okay.
Not in that
Here's,
community.
here's another idea I saw floated a few years back, where someone came in, they offered people who had single-family homes to suite them for them. So they came in, they did all the permits, they did all the construction, and they took an equity share in the suites. So you could
Good idea.
conceivably, I mean, there'd be no shortage of people, for example, in Ottawa, who would buy those equity shares if you wanted to sell those equity shares after you suited them.
So in a case
You
like
think you
that, you're going to be putting, it's about a $50,000 conversion, permits and all that, $50,000 to $60,000 conversion. But there'd have to be a $100,000 valuation, so his net would be anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 probably. So sell that for $10,000, is that what you're saying, or that opportunity?
After he's built, I was thinking he would build them and sell his equity share in those suites
To the homeowner, or to the?
to the market.
Is there any reason why, Ken, that you wouldn't suggest just a regular hot market flip without complicating it with a destroyed property?
No.
Like just an older home that's 30 years old or?
No,
and-
the only reason, I mean, I don't know any, I'm not familiar with
Oh.
those. either
You're
of
the
those
only one in a hot
markets.
market here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, in our market, in and around here, including Ottawa, you're not gonna get anything close to that usually.
Flips generally don't work.
Yeah, and.
Generally.
I mean,
We're
if
working
you're-
there right now.
Yeah, well, it's working there because the margins are so high. So, there's, in and around this area, the margins are too tight to make it work.
You just hold it for a year over there without even improving it.
But, yeah, I mean, big chunk of cash right now, it's still, the hot market flip is probably top of the list.
And I guess the only reason I've never, because I don't have the equity to do a hot market.
That'll just be the next thing
That's
that's
the
figured
next
out.
challenge, yeah, that's exactly.
Because like I would have no problem doing that, it's just when you're looking at $600,000.
carrying costs on that.
upfront, and then you start putting all the work.
So instead of going there right now, what if we, because this sounds like the best idea so far, or most profitable idea so far, what if we keep with kind of like the larger brainstorms? Because there might be another idea that comes up.
So I guess I could say things I've kind of thought of was TIR, flipping houses,
Yep.
and another one was building like furniture type stuff or whatever, like the, I don't know, rustic type stuff.
Which is a great thing to do, but is that gonna generate big chunks of cash quicker?
Competing
Probably
against,
not.
competing
Big
against the Chinese, if you're going IKEA grade.
It's okay, this is next stuff.
It's kind of like the restoration hardware stuff for people.
Do you have any problem with building a fourplex and keeping it? I know you say you want to sell it, but you're selling at market value. You can affect the market and pull out equity in different ways because it's affected by rent.
No, I have no problem. It's, again, it would be the equity, like having.
Because you could pull out your 150, but pay down the mortgage. It'd probably be maxed out. But you'd have certain people in there. If you could, let's say, jump that rent from 1,000 to 1,500, 1,600. Now you can get a bigger mortgage and pull that out, equity out.
In that location, you wouldn't be able to rent those for that.
That much.
You're looking at 1,000, are you?
Yeah, for that, because they're 2 bedrooms, they're only 2 bedroom units. If you went 3 bedrooms with a garage, you could be pulling almost 2,000.
Or some other just like huge, big ideas.
So
Parking.
your second mortgage on the existing duplex right now is how much?
112.
112, and that's with a bank or a private lender? Or-
That's your, yeah, bank credit,
So you're paying pretty high fees on it.
0.7%.
Sorry?
2.7.
No, it's not bad for a second mortgage.
Yeah, it's pretty
No,
much.
it's really good.
That sounds like a first mortgage.
Yeah. Are
So
there
your
penalties
mortgage-
with it?
Sorry?
Are there any penalties attached to it if you pay it?
Payout penalties? No, not on home equity.
Okay. So, and I'm not suggesting anybody in this room do this, but I'm putting it out there, that if somebody had, so there's 360, there's what's, what was it, 70 or 80,000?
70 grand.
70 grand equity in there before it's 100% leverage, right?
Yeah.
So let's say somebody in this room had 70,000 RSPs. We could lend a $70,000 third, or if we had $180,000, we could lend $180,000 and be in second and pay out the existing second, which gives you that same 70,000 as well. Okay? And at low interest rates, because in a group like this, if I lend my RSPs to you at 3%, are you willing to lend your RSPs to me at 3%?
If you do it for me.
Yeah. Or if I do it for you and you do it for Joseph and it goes around the circle sort of thing, you know, if it's in the group, access to, because we can't leverage our own RSPs for our own investments, but we can leverage them for other people's as an option.
I've got that, if somebody wants to put something similar to my projects.
Now, okay, so yes, you're right, you do have that. So let's say if you were to put 70,000 in third position, first of all,
Let's do 140 in second,
okay,
180, I guess.
yeah, whatever. So then you do it at the low interest rate, and maybe you don't have anything to lend back to Paul, but do you have some service that you can provide Paul at a discount rate? There's other ways of bartering and helping each other out. So all of a sudden, there's 70 grand.
I like creative.
You never did say what you want with the 150, because I'm curious. You might be able to get that money somewhere else.
Or you might be able to get what you want to buy with the
It's,
150.
yeah, like I said, I've done a lot of these types of things in the last 6 months, so.
So you borrowed it from someone else, or?
Yeah,
And that, okay, so that might be another opportunity. There might be somebody in the group that has excess funds that are willing to lend you the $150,000 instead of, I'm assuming it's on credit and
Yeah.
credit card debt, probably 10 to 20%. So if somebody was to lend you $150,000 at 6%, personally, then, you know, it's just making you a better person in here for the group as well. There's that, you know, I don't know if anybody has, I'm not speaking for anyone in particular.
I'm trying to do it without doing another loan, like it's an option.
Yeah.
To reduce rates, but
It's a different one.
ideally
Yeah.
it'd be nicer to do the
Cash.
cash.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And sooner the better.
Yeah.
Not necessarily September.
And
Yeah.
sometimes
Get some
you
of
have
it
to
now.
do that, you know. The interest rate on the credit cards are more.
Yeah. it's
Oh,
still-
yeah,
it's
yeah,
still
sometimes, yeah,
smart.
sometimes you just need to do
Right now.
that to reduce your
Yeah.
monthly bills for a bit until you can do it.
Yeah.
Andrew, how interested are you in, like, you've got the TIR program and the ability to coach and teach. How interested are you in helping other people in that way, or those types of ways?
TIR is not my big focus anymore.
Okay.
What is, you mentioned the aid,
The aid.
but you're not gonna get rich saving the world.
Yeah.
Well, it's not 150K in 6 months, right? So what else?
The thing I struggle with TIR is just selling it,
Okay.
or the presenting it.
Okay, but that's on this side.
Yeah, that is-
What is your desire? Do you want to coach people?
I want to help people.
Okay, so would you be willing to explore coaching people in a mix of things? Instead of just thinking into results, could it be thinking into results combined with some other skill that you have?
Yeah. Because I'm knowledgeable on other aspects.
So it sounds like if some of the sales process could start to get taken care of, that you would be interested in like online sales or something, where you're able to generate leads, get something going, teach a course, sell that course, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just put online coaching or training, okay?
I was gonna say I don't like online, but that's in the X column, so.
Yeah. But I mean, you could use, yeah. Would it fit your goals, your future goals of, I mean, your big goal, to start working on your skills of getting large groups of people together and just motivating them towards something or encouraging them in some way?
Yeah, big time.
So what about learning how to run seminars or events? They could be mindset events, they could be carpentry events, they could be whatever events, but to start running your own events. So like, so as an example, there's, for MLMs, multi-level marketing companies, there's a big conference every year in Las Vegas called GoPro. It's not specific to any one MLM, it's specific to the industry. So what they do is they are drawing, and they have the best speakers there on the planet, and they are drawing, I don't know how many thousands of people there every year. It's one of the largest events I've ever heard of. Massive amount of people in November, December every year, and the people who run it, they're facilitating. So they don't necessarily have to do all the speaking or do all the sales or anything. They're facilitating everything else, putting together the event, which you could do in LA or in Calgary, or in smaller communities. But that might be able to generate cash now. Run 2-3 huge events, that might be able to do something. Would that be of interest to you?
Yeah. I'll have to overcome some fears. But yeah.
Then you could network and get enough speakers and go into Europe or wherever you said you're comfortable going. You could span the globe, really.
Yeah, it's because I was at an event a couple weeks ago with Brian Ballmer.
Okay.
And it's just a massive sales event. That was amazing how many people went and bought.
Yep. So that's the thing is now you're getting ticket sales, but if you allow the speakers to sell on stage, you might be able to take a cut from every one of those speakers. And if it's 100,000 people in the event, for numbers, you have to make very little money from each person in order to get your cash out, right?
Yeah.
This is why I was going to skills that you have, because one skill that I've noticed is your ability to challenge people and to think new ideas. So I was wondering on that realm, what is a business idea that you could put together that you challenge people? Like a professional challenger, I don't know. But is there some kind of business that you could develop where you do what you're excellent at? Think differently outside of the box and challenge people.
That would be awesome for like, what do you call them? Not counselors, but business people, bring them into their businesses.
Consultants?
Consultants, yeah. be awesome just to have someone to
A consultant of the consultants?
yeah, we'll take a dead room that's kind of gone through, you know, what can we do, and bring someone in to challenge everyone, right?
Could there be like a carpentry business that you could do that with? And we sort of slow down, or I don't know, or some kind of a builder of some kind?
To challenge them?
Yeah. I'm not sure how that.
Okay, so you might be able to challenge people in how they do business, but you might be able to challenge people in how they communicate. Or challenge
Yeah.
people in how they
In the big centers, the big companies are looking for something different, so that might just be different enough and marketable enough. No, I've never heard of it before, but it, you know, could work.
Yeah, so it'd be something like as you as a business owner.
Yeah, I want to excite my, you know, get a new avenue, right? And bring somebody in that throws a wrench into the whole way people think.
Yeah.
Like I think back to when, I can't remember if it was Google or I can't remember who it was, brought a bunch of kids into work and they had better ideas than the CEOs because their minds are clear. And so they made
They're
the
not getting into
CEOs
school.
color and do what the kids did.
Yeah.
And then it opened up a bunch of avenues, but that's just a different, if someone's in there giving you a different idea, perspective, your mind changes. So instead of coming up with the ideas, somebody that challenges people to do something might excite something different.
When you're saying challenge, do you mean like make a challenge where
No, somebody comes up with an
Just
idea and
with
then you
new,
question
fresh
it,
ideas,
challenge
yeah.
it and make it better, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
so what about outdoor programs for CEOs?
Yeah, because definitely everyone's used to listening to CEOs and it stops there,
Yeah.
or something like that. So if you got somebody that's just challenging, it may take that idea and accept the room to make a better idea, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just something, I've never heard of that, but that's actually
Are
probably.
you thinking like rescue in the mountains for stars and stuff like that kind of thing?
I don't know what I'm thinking.
Something fun and expensive.
Something fun and seriously,
Yeah.
something fun and expensive that challenges somebody, that
Element
allows
of-
them to give new life into their company.
Yeah,
That's worth it.
Element of danger.
If I paid you $150,000, me, paid you $150,000, and I could increase my business by $500,000, why would I not?
yeah.
That's I like that.
And they're looking for that.
You challenge them to build something, because since you know how to, you're very good at building stuff, I don't know, is there something, and then also, like on a seat, you know, executive role, building, I don't know, something for charity or something.
Yeah.
They would get behind that, because it's,
The charity.
yeah,
That's
it's a
good.
charity anyway. They're doing something completely different away from their sitting behind a desk or in meetings.
Be it,
Or you could
be it-
auction, you could have them build it and then auction it off in their company or something and then raise more money for charity.
It could be a team building exercise.
That's what I'm getting at, yeah.
So construction is one avenue, and another branch of your company could offer it in fire rescue training. When we went through fleet school, you know, we took a equivalent of platoon of sailors and you put them through a week of firefighting together. By the end of that course, they were pretty tight.
Yeah.
And big business are constantly looking for new things, right?
New ways to try.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to gear up in firefighting gear.
Well, you get them out of there, if you do an
Get your
outdoor
enough
thing, you
gear
get them out of
on.
their reality.
Yeah.
I mean, you could rent a firefighting school somewhere,
He's,
probably.
I could go to fire.
he's in construction business.
Yeah.
Why can't you can partner up with the other developers or other construction guys? You get a buy, fix and flip. You get one and then you share, you get that, or you only need to sell about 3 or 4. And try to figure out how you're gonna get, there's always, I think, limited time, what do you call it? Bridge money, or is it called bridge money, when the people are doing construction? Time limit, or so. Bridge financing? 6 months to a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can give you 5 or 7% or something. Right? But if you can partner up with another developer, it will speed up the work and then.
So Back to Joseph's idea of a Victoria flip.
Yeah.
Have you done any?
No,
At the end
that
of the day?
would definitely be, I've been down there, been presented to, I've seen what's going on, I've drove the neighborhoods, I've got the proposals, vacancy is like down to 1%.
You've
Yeah.
even had the capital lined up too.
Yeah, pardon me?
You've even had the capital lined up as well.
Yeah, so there's enough, I think there's enough capital to raise, even if it's RSPs or money. It's just something maybe to explore, that there is a lot of older homes that are in desperate need, and they can only get 600 for their home. But it's a desired area, like new schools, new rec centers, everything's brand new, close to the core.
Yeah.
And if that was tear down and rebuild and do a duplex or a fourplex, I could see a good chunk of money on the top.
Yeah, Victoria, that was fantastic work.
And it's more Langford than, I think of Langford because it is so.
Okay.
So
Go
what
right now,
what do
but-
these houses look like? Are they like post-war story and a half?
Every part of Victoria is a little different, and that's not my expertise. But and there's also the older parts of Victoria where there is older homes
Mhm.
that maybe need a little tear down because they're not heritage homes,
Yeah.
and those are the big desired areas.
Are they doing infills and building like two houses on it, like two houses on them to sell? Or what are
Meaning
they
when
doing?
they're bulldozing too.
No, bulldozing
One
one
lot.
house and putting up like kind of a duplex.
Increase the density.
I know that Langford is the most friendly place right now for density that I know of. They're bulldozing two and buying the lot behind it and putting up 2.5-story apartment buildings, like 30 or
Yeah.
40 units.
Because I know 2
And they're
years.
doing it all in one reading.
I know 2 years
all the
ago
sessions.
in Parkdale, they were doing that down in Calgary by the Bull River. I had a couple friends that were pulling about 800K out of each one they did. So if you could get your hands on a cheap one, even
Or two.
partnered up, or two.
The cheap one is
That's probably,
600.
that's probably the quickest way
I
because
don't know
business
what
does
that's
take
yeah.
long to develop.
And to make it quicker,
Yeah.
if you could get in and actually just pick up the deal,
Sign it.
you gotta sign it.
So something that may help, I don't know if you chose to go that way, is that I have all the perspectives from this potential project that they're doing, but that's not the best part of it. It's the way that they sold it and introduced to get you used to Victoria and all the stats and numbers and all the work that they've done to come to the conclusion. This is their third apartment building they're doing. So it might be able to fast track some knowledge for you to investigate and then compare against and say, is this really for me or does this actually work? I just know that they kept saying Langford is so friendly for development right now.
Yeah, done that. Nice area.
What are the ideas? What are you drawn to? What are some of the ideas you're drawn to?
I like the hot market flip and like the consult CEO,
Consultancy backcountry trip.
something like that.
Okay.
I could see them paying a lot of money
Yeah.
quickly.
You could rent out a place, there's a place in Pritis too that's not far.
Yeah, you only need like 2 or 3 days and
Yeah.
you get 10 guys and
And you're still in the woods there and yeah.
charge each guy 15,000 or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. So that's done,
And
right?
it's nothing to them. They spend 20 grand on fishing trips every weekend on the island.
Mhm.
Maybe you need a sergeant to help you.
I might.
It's funny because this is definitely something I've thought about this in the past, running something military style, sort of backcountry, sort of same kind of training, same kind of, and I know guys that have the equipment that we could like issue them uniforms and stuff. If they, I don't know.
The military equivalent of a dude ranch.
So you guys could possibly work together on an idea.
Yeah.
That would be lucrative for both of us.
Something else I like was your gentleman club.
Let's put that down.
I like that idea.
That's not a strip.
Oh,
It's not?
I like that idea too.
That was Albertines for,
And all that's on TV is women's curling.
So a gentleman's club where, again, you just make it higher class
Yeah.
and have people join in. You use it as like partial networking, partial learning, partial growth. People could start a subscription business. You get a subscription business going with this.
Mhm.
Do you understand subscription business at all?
I don't know in detail, I know.
Oh,
like,
man, so-
you're talking box
Fill us
subscriptions,
in.
like the item of the month type thing, or can
You can do, there are so many forms of subscription. So the automated customer, write down that book, Audible,
Automated customer?
The automated customer. Automatic customer or automated customer? I'll look it up. Because I've got it on Audible right now. The automatic customer. So it will give you like about 10 different subscription ideas. And from that'll help you form your ideas. Where you go, maybe you want to do the CEO's thing, but make it a subscription. Where on a yearly basis, a company can send 3 employees there. Or you could do it with the Gentlemen's Club, where you pay monthly or you pay yearly to come into this, to come in and enter this event. And it only has the best people. You could hire people from around the world to come in and teach. You could have Peter Hurley do headshots for people. You could have, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you could. There's no size limit to this.
Right. Yeah. Like that.
Except you'd have to call it a people club in Alberta.
Yeah.
There's a lot of camp in the U.S. right now. I don't know how big, but I know it's getting extremely popular. Where you were mentioning, Brad, too. It's the military-style camp. Come for the adventure, and there is an unlimited amount of people that are signing up for these months in advance.
Like,
All kinds.
You could
name
like
it.
I've heard of Western ones, like where people go and dress up as like cowboys for a week.
Yeah,
Oh,
good cattle and stuff.
Consider
yeah.
this to the extreme. You know, they're flying jets. They're going through live shooting.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure what the rules are in Canada, but what can you do for live shooting? Because in the States, people pay
Big bucks.
big
Well, I
bucks.
know
Even
parents
hunting.
for hunting up here, they'll
Yeah.
drop 15,000 in a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
So
Yeah.
40.
That's it.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 15 that doesn't even get them in the door.
So you market it as a Canadian adventure for Americans, or Canadian adventure for